Welcome to the Apex, everyone. I'm host Zell, and this is the first time we're doing it live, so excuse some of the lighting issues, please. But we're going to jump right into it. If you guys have any questions or any of that sort of thing, give me a chance to get through the news, and then we'll get to that stuff. And the news is kind of short today. Starting out in our highlighted content, we have Blade Banter. He's got the Wii Yucha, and you just got to watch at least the first little bit of the video because it is super cool. And then from the blog and print world, we did not get things in the paperwork like we were supposed to. There's a couple articles over at KnifeNews. One on a new metal that... no, wait, that was not at KnifeNews. All right, so I completely goofed that, guys. So we're going to move on to video because really there wasn't much in the blogosphere. There was that new metal. That was over at the Cutting Edge blog, and it's kind of suspect, some Kickstarter deal. And there were a couple of articles over at KnifeNews, as always. And then here on the Zelrick YouTube channel, and what's going on, Nick? You need to figure out how to get yourself in here. Yeah. So we can do this stuff together. That's the plan, guys, is to get Nick and whomever else together and do these Apex News more as a podcast sort of thing. Yeah. Anyhow, from the Zelrick YouTube channel, we have the XM18 Gen 6. This be the Warthog. And guys, I was really impressed with the Gen 6 of the XM18. I am really looking forward to it. Hey, Pocketknives, how you doing, man? And we also had the Mick Strider SNG Fatty, and I figured out that that one is a mismarked knife. It is, instead of being CPM 20 CV, it's marked as CTS 20 CV, which, you know, by the way, guys, as I said in the video, I'm willing to part with that one if someone's willing to, yeah, you know. And later today, in fact, here in about an hour or so, you're going to have the North Arm Skaha 2. My thoughts on that. How you doing, Danny? And then from Slicey Dicey, we bring in the most carried EDC knives of September 2018 and the Civivi Naja. A whole lot of Wii for the money. And, you know, that ain't no joke. Those Civivi knives, I know you guys know that I deal with Wii a lot and work with those guys, but man, the Civivi knives, 42 bucks. And all that you're getting. And then, Stazza23, he's right here in the chat room. You can pick on him if you like. He's got his favorite gear of 2018. And LuvThemKnives brings us the Bestech engine. This is a cool little knife. I happen to have one right here. It's got what Bestech's calling Spectrum TI on the back of some models. And it's just a cool way to anodize. And where were we at? We also have from LuvThemKnives, a Wii Knives Chimera, or Chimera. He says, do we have a new favorite? A lot of people love that thing for some reason. I was not thoroughly impressed with it because I love the knife. But I didn't like the extra stuff on the side of the knife where it looked like it had claw marks. But otherwise, the Bowie blade was freaking awesome. They'd make me want the claw marks. I'd be in there. Hey, Blade Banter, how are you doing, buddy? Yeah, you're one that's going to be pulled in here, too. And let's see here. Where are we at? Shabazz has... And guys, I pick on Nick a lot. And the reason I pick on Nick is because we're good friends. And we have... what's going on, Clement? We have this diametrically opposed. Is that the right word? You guys tell me. Ideas in the knife world. I prefer larger folders. Today, I've been carrying a 3.5-inch XM18. Quite often, I carry 4-inch knives, and Nick would never do that. It's just fun to pick on him. And here's one that Nick's gonna love. It's the Spyderco Pakkawood Dragonfly, perfect for Mr. Shabazz. And he also has the Ferrum Forge Proline Fortis, and this is the Ferrum Forge Proline Day, guys, because everybody's got that knife, it seems. Blade Banter, we got the Wii Yucha Harpoon. That's the stop motion video that I talked about earlier. Yeah, you want to watch that. And Blade Centered also brings us the Ferrum Forge Fortis Proline. And I want to back up here for a second. If you guys have not seen Blade Banter's stop motion videos, just go watch them. They nothing is linked right now because we're live, but it will be linked later on tonight, and it will be linked over at the website here in a couple hours. But you could just look up Blade Banter right there on YouTube and check that stuff out. And Eugene Kwan brings us Dashboard Review 9495, the Ferrum Forge. There you go, Fortis 2.0, or the Gareth Bull Filgrade Shamwari. Am I saying that right, guys? Shamwari? I have no idea. That's what it looks like to me. And then Birdshot 4 picks the best folding knife action out of the stuff they've got right now. And those are always fun videos with those guys. And yeah, Blade Banter, those stop motion videos are super cool. I've looked into doing that, and I don't have the time or the patience, and I'm glad you do, because you come out with some great scenarios. The one with the Yucha being Chinese for Harpoon, and yeah, just great. Anyhow, Baz on Blades brings us the Kershaw 7007 CF Natrix. This is a knife I really am surprised we haven't seen more videos on, or more information on, because I really thought people were going to be excited about the Natrix, but is everyone waiting for the little, was it brass or copper version, or the bare knuckles? Is that what's going on? You guys tell me. And then Walter Sorrells. Yeah, copper, yes. That's Walter Sorrells also brings us Make a Neck Knife, No Fancy Schmancy Tools. And whenever Walter does one of these with no fancy schmancy tools, he is serious. It's almost a little ridiculous. And he's using a brace to drill with. Just crazy. All right, guys, that is the news for this week. I've got some time. If you guys have questions, want to talk about anything, you want to argue about the KPL stuff, or, how I pronounce things, go for it. And, yeah, Blade Banter, that copper Natrix, I have one of those on pre-order, and, God, I hope they show up. Hey, what's going on, Slicey? You got anything to pick on me about today? I guess not. That's good. Anyhow, I've got one of those on pre-order. That, I think, I got to handle one at Blade Show, which is, I think it's going to be a really cool knife. And I got to, I don't remember if I got to handle the, yeah, it is. You have to trim it every once in a while, or you start going and looking like this, and it's just crazy. I did that for the first Blade Show this year. I just had the crazy beard, but yeah, I'm going to keep it a little more tame for Blade Show 2 for the year. And that is a good point. Blade Show's coming up, guys. We're going to have myself, Blade Banter's going to be there, and I'm not sure who all else. If you're going to be at Blade Show, let us know. All right, so what are you guys at? Yeah, the Wii booth at Blade Show West. Wii is sponsoring my appearance at Blade Show West, like they've done for Blade Show for the past couple of years. And that means that if you want to come by and say hi to me, I will probably be somewhere near the Wii booth. Now, as Todd Knife and Tool, we have projects with Bestech. We have projects with Reich. We have projects with Wii. And I may be around some of those places as well. So that should be fun there. Oh, and I've got things going off here. What did Staza say? I missed it. I don't know what you mean, Nick. You're going to have to clarify. Anyhow, let's see if I can get this up here. There we go. I had the wrong thing selected, so not all of you were coming through. Though the Wii slip joints, the last I heard, and so you can't take this as, you know, gospel or anything. The last I heard on the Wii slip joints, they were headed to market December. Now, whenever Wii says December and they're already on model 817 or 818, well, I would bet on January or February, because they're going to do 20 models, and that's pretty much all they're going to do for the year. So once they hit 20, they'll push them off to the next year. And yeah, the copper matrix is going to be kind of small, but I mean, I'm carrying this thing around, and you know, that's tiny. Pretty cool little knife, though. Be careful not to cut yourself with it. I had it guillotine me a couple of days ago and cut my freaking finger up. But yeah, you're right. But I'm still going to get one because, hey, it's going to be a cool knife. And you never know about these things. And guys, this is really hard to keep my eyes in the right spot. The lens is way over here. The monitor's way over here. So I'm going to have to do something about that. But we'll get it figured out. So do you guys like the idea of doing the Apex live? Because here's the plan. The plan is to do this live and, one, not screw up my paperwork before we get started, because I did that today. Not do that. And to bring Staza 23 and some of the other guys in on the Apex so that we can talk about the news with two of us or maybe three of us, and also talk with you guys. Is everybody good with that? Like to bring that around, make it happen? And I'm going to play with some things here. I don't know what any of this is. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, well, here's the deal. If we do this and we do it live most weeks, because there are going to be some weeks where we just can't do it live for whatever reason, I'm not going to be able to nail down a time. It's going to be somewhere between Tuesday and Friday, or between Monday and Friday, and it's it's just gonna, I'm glad we're all your favorite people. That is awesome. No, Paul, you haven't been missing out. We haven't done anything live yet because we've been trying to work out how to get it done. And today I just hit the button and said, well, we're going to do it and we're going to figure it out, and we'll just do it in a big live mess. And if it all falls into a big pile of burning, well, you know, then that's what happens. But so far, self-employed people. I'm not exactly self-employed. All right. I hear you. We're going to try to do this. Wow, 9 different matrix and need that one bad? Wow, Danny, that's a lot of matrix. Is that matrix and matrix, or just matrix? Because I know there's dozens of different matrices. But anyhow, so we will try to do this. Just realize it's not going to be an every Wednesday or Thursday thing. It's going to be whenever two of us can get together and do it for you. And, yeah, we know, Nick. You've got the best deal of all of us right now. I know it wasn't by choice, but you still got the best deal. Okay, Danny, I get you there. So you got a bunch of the different models and matrices. And, you know, that's cool. If you'd had a bunch of matrices, then you would be funding all the gear so that we could do this live. It does not, Nick. I mean, I understand that the health side of it does, but the other side doesn't. You can't tell me it does. You can keep trying. And I don't have creative bosses either. Guys, I just work 3 days a week. That's all, because I don't want to work any more than that. But Yeah, I know. I think, now here is my opinion on the Marfion thing. I think in the beginning it was really this deal where they were mad at each other, blah, 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 all that stuff. Now, I can't help but think that the whole Marfion thing is more of a marketing ploy between the two companies. Because if I remember correctly, the lawsuits dropped or over with. The only one that they really pushed was the blogger, and then that was just a retraction, a written retraction, really, and not printing the article. But both companies got a huge amount of press out of it. So that, I have a hard time not believing that any current or future stuff. When are my designs hitting the shelf, Chief? You've been asking about that a lot. We should have, let me see. Yep, I have a malware. If there are no production problems with the malware, it will be out in the November-December timeframe. If there are no getting it to the States problems, the Roxy will deliver sometime around the 1st of December. From what I understand, talking to that one is already made. It's already sitting on the dock, waiting for just waiting for its time to be released, which is a great thing. As far as the designs with Reich, we've got to talk to Ian and Richard about release timing, so I don't have anything there yet. We'll talk to them at Blade Show and see if we can't nail something down. And I think that's all we've got directly in the pipeline right now. Cool thing is that Reich picked up the Master Chief, which thanks, Chief. I appreciate it. And that is the knife that I wanted to see made. I can't guarantee that, Slicey. Especially on the Wii knife. I know that's crazy. I work pretty closely with them, but whew. Oh yeah, malware. Did I flip that? I didn't flip that thing out for you guys. This thing right here. Yeah, just like I said in the Instagram post the other day, you know, I carry a lot of large knives, but sometimes you gotta have something a little stabby. I don't know about sending knives to Croatia. I have researched laws before. Thanks, Slicey. No, this is about 3.75. I would have to get out the prints to tell you exactly. But the Master Chief, this knife, are both about 3.75 or so. The Val, it is right at 4 inches. Todd Knife and Tool is not to a level of the full-time job. However, the problem that I have and that you guys see, because things have changed here on the channel, and wow, that camera is not focusing real well. There we go. Is I am Todd Knife and Tooling. I am doing the stuff there. I still do consulting and stuff for some of the knife companies. I am trying to keep this YouTube page going, and I still go to a regular job just like everybody else 3 days a week. So I've got a lot going on here, trying to get myself to the point where you guys in the knife business make the living for me, and I don't have to go to that regular job anymore. Not that, you know, the regular job's easier though. I don't know if that's really a good plan, because, you know, doing all the knife stuff is a load of fun, but it's a lot harder and a lot busier, that's for sure. But it's fun and it's with you guys, and that's what's cool to me, to get to see guys like Chief and Paul and Slicey and Nick and all of you guys, Danny, everybody, and talk with you. You know, whenever I get a chance to talk in the chats, not chats, but the comments on YouTube and over on Instagram, you know, that's what it's all about. That's what Todd Knife and Tool is all about. And that's what I want to be doing. That's why I'm working however many hours a week I'm working to get there. And we're getting there. It's going to take some time. I may stare silently into the woods, but I'm not contemplating my beard. I have other things to contemplate. And actually, you know, oh, spare time, guys. I just don't have any. I occasionally get to pet the dog that's come around here behind me. Isn't that right, Nix? And that's another reason we hadn't done. You're right. What is in my pocket? Well, what was in my pocket was this guy right here. I took it out of my pocket to set it behind me. Now, what else do I have in my pocket? Yeah, somebody's going to ask that. Actually, pretty low today. The rest of the stuff's over on the desk. I've got my little 58mm Swiss Army knife. And let's see. Slim fold wallet. Milwaukee ink saw. Thanks, Nick. A ZT pen. I'm not sure what the model number is on these. Oh, you're right, Chief. I'm thoroughly impressed with the new hinderers. I really didn't think I would be. Yeah, you're right, William. That is absolutely true. But in fact, if you guys don't know this yet, but I actually bought this with a black scale on it. Just a plain old hinderer. It is, you know, it's got the battle blue on the backside, but you know, nothing special beyond that. Working finished blade, etc. But whenever I was looking around the site over there at DLT Trading, I saw that they had these Warthog scales. And a big problem that I've had with the hinderers is I don't like the standard hinderer texture that they put on their scales. So I looked at these. They don't have as much texture on them. Ordered them up, and you guys really seem to like the Warthog, and I do too. Yeah, you need to get yourself one of the, I think USA Made Blade has them right now, Slicey. They've got the 3-inch slicers. And I'm not sure what the thickness on the blade stock on those are. Does anybody know? But that would be legal almost anywhere where you're at. And I almost got a 3-inch because, well, I'll end up with an XM24. So thinking maybe I'd get one on the small and the big end. But then they came out with the sheep's foot blades, and you know. Medford Smooth Criminal. Not sure exactly. Well, they've got them over USA Made Blade, Nick. You know the deal, though. You got to wait around. And guys, anybody looking at the Hinderer XM18 Gen 6s? Find the one you want. Yeah, Nick, it's definitely a sheep's foot blade like the MP1. But find the one you want and make sure that you get the lock side in the finish you want. You know, for me, the coolest colors are this battle blue. They've got a battle bronze, which is cool. And the black DLC tumble, which is more expensive, but really nice. And I was missing what you were saying there, Danny. Okay, button lock Medford. Cool. Yeah, and all our collection with a, you know, I'm not as, there's a lot of people that are stuck on the phosphor bronze or the Teflon washers. I really don't care. I don't spend enough time out in the woods or in the bush to worry about, careful on what you're thinking, to worry too much about whether it's bearings or the other things. And I don't have these preferences a lot of people seem to have for some reason. They want to, oh, I like this or I like that. You know, whatever the knife comes with, if it works the way it's supposed to, I'm good. Slip joint from Medford called a Scrappy. Yeah, you'll get yours in Brian spec. Freaking black scale and plain old tumbled titanium on the backside and a standard working finish blade. That's what Slicey will get. I wish your SNG would show up soon too, Nick. However, I do have an SNG fatty here if anybody needs it. They do have gray scales here, Brian. In fact, they sold out fast on the 3.5-inch models. Yeah, that's the 8th dwarf, I believe. Yeah, the one that they... can't think of the right word. The one they banished. Guys, I've got to let the dogs out. I'll be right back. You can look at the clock for a moment. Oh, so the Christmas bells went off. The dogs went outside. And now they're going to look at me funny. Oh, and you know, I say that I don't like Brian's spec, but I did get the gray Hinderer. It just happens to have a warthog drawn on it. And now I'm throwing things in the floor. That was the stabby old malware in the floor. Well, all right, guys. I really... Where are we at? We're at 3:15. We will do this again. If I have time, I may do... All right. We'll talk about that, Brian. And thanks, Chief. No, I knew what you meant, Brian. It's all good. And guys, I'm going to need to go. I've got to run to the post office, get some knives out. And I really appreciate you, everyone, stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. This is super cool to be able to hang out with you. And I will see you guys next time. And I'm going to try to figure out how to make this live stream stop. Have a good day, guys. See you later, Danny. Oh, there we go.